initially begins with the birth of a vision or a dream. Planning, building, growth, decline. Revamp, growth, decline. Maybe another revamp, growth, for sure subtle decline. And within these seasons, within these phases, there's something that haunts you. There's something that's an eternal feeling that gets you every time. It keeps you up at night. And it's an unavoidable feeling. Every product in our thing experiences this. And it's called depreciation. Yes, depreciation. Depreciation by definition means a reduction in value of an asset. It means a decrease in value. I'll be doing you a huge disservice if I spent the whole day talking about cars, because guess what? That is not something I am well versed in. I'll be lying to you. I know nothing about cars. But what I do know for a fact is that depreciation attacks our mindset. Depreciation is a phase. It's almost like a disease in which you can get stuck in the mind. As I stated earlier, as we embark upon a new journey as leaders, students, visionaries, producers, writers, actors, you name it, as we embark upon our new journey, it's amazing how we feed off the energy of our surroundings. We are so excited for the new thing that we are starting. We're so excited that people are excited for us. They're willing to sow, they're willing to donate, they're willing to pour into us, they're willing to prophesy, they're willing to teach, they're willing to give their time to help us push this vision and or dream. In the moment, right away when we start off, it's amazing to me how our decisions and what we do next is solely based off the responses of our followers and our friends in that moment. And the crazy thing that gets me as well is that we oftentimes base our work ethic off of what we feel in that moment solidifies your reward. The tangible progress is what determines your work ethic. If people are liking, if people are sharing, if people are hard, you feel as if, okay, I gotta keep going hard. But the minute you see a subtle decline, your production has gone down, and the quality of content has gone down as well. And I often ask people, why is that so? What is your why? And more often than not, the answer is given proved itself true. When it came down to numbers, when it came down to results, when it came down to analytics, more often than not, the answers that they gave proved themselves true. And today, my fellow visionary, I want you to know that I understand and I know how hard you have worked to get where you are today. I know and I understand the many sacrifices and the countless changes that you've had to make to get where you are today. I know how much you've had to adjust just to get to the point to where you are. And I know how many times that you have told yourself in the mirror, you looked in the mirror and say that I refuse to be where I was the year before. I refuse to be in the same position this time next year. I refuse to be where I am this time within the next 24 hours. I know you've done the research. You've done the smart work, you've done the hard work, you've weighed out your pros and cons, you've done everything smart, you've been very, what's the word I want to use, you've been very particular in every decision that you make. And truth be told, although your journey have been tough, you have endured the pain, you have endured the growing pain, you have done everything that you can in your power to continue forward on the roller coaster of what it takes to be great. But in the back of your mind, you still struggle with the simple fact that your work has not been respected. You still struggle with the fact that you thought people needed, yes, you thought people needed the service that you were bringing to the table. You are frustrated with the fact that people are not taking grasp. And because of this, your consistency has went down. Your consistency has went down a little bit, but at the same time, you feel as if that your hard work and your effort should be applauded and appreciated. Yes, instead of depreciated, appreciated at all times. In theory, we believe that we should have a bigger following. You should have more engagements. You should have more things coming your way. You should be having sponsors from Johnson & Johnson, from McDonald's and everything, and Walmart. You feel Apple should be sponsoring you right now, that your content is A1, it's gold. You are frustrated that no one has told you, that no one has valued what you bring to the table, because you say, hey, I got this from God, so therefore I must be on top right away because God gave it to me. I have to be on top now. But the reality is, it's not so. It's not so. You've now entered into a phase. You've now been infected. Yes, infected. You're now sick with the feeling of depreciation. You're hurting daily. You struggle daily to do what it is you're supposed to be doing. You struggle because no one has told you that you're doing a good job. That no one has patted you on the back and say, congratulations, you're doing amazing. That no one has hit your inbox. No one has given you a prophecy. No one has told you within the last few days that you are just a gift from God. And this is what we need now. No one has told you these things. No one has told you that your mission and your vision has saved your life. No one has told you, have given a testimony that what you have said has stopped them from committing suicide. No one has told you that the word that you have given them, the advice and the wisdom that you have given them has caused them to go from broke to rich. And in that moment, you feel depreciated. So again, I ask you, where will you allow this disease of depreciation take you? Because again, we feel in that moment. We feel because we're in alignment in what God told us to do. We feel. Yes, we feel. We feel. We think. We know for a fact. We know where we're supposed to be. Where will you allow this disease of depreciation take you? Because of these eternal feelings, it can cause a multitude of other things to come along with it. It can and it will, as I stated earlier, cause a shift in mindset. I have for so long seen people fall into the same common theme in which they felt alignment. They fell in complete alignment of the definition of depreciation. They started off going great. They started off pushing hard. Their fire was great. They had amazing drive. But as soon as the first bad review came up, it's like they completely disappeared. What once was an innocent operation, it was a pure and innocent operation. What once was something that you strongly believed in which we knew could make positive impact, slowly but surely is now tainted and slowly but surely now losing its sincerity because it is now a routine. What you were once passionate about, what you wwere once you were ready to attack on a daily basis. So what was something you truly loved and enjoyed is now a struggle. And you're doing everything in your power to try to keep yourself encouraged and motivated, but it's just simply not working. You cry yourself to sleep on a nightly basis. Yes, you're crying yourself to sleep on a nightly basis. You're trying to reach out to people. You're trying to vent to people, confide in people and saying, hey, I need your help. I need you to hear me. I need you to hear me out right now. Yes, I need you to hear me. But it seems as if you can never get the right person at the right time. It automatically shifts from what you need to what they need every time. Yes, and you're doing everything in your power to keep the persona that everything is going great. But on the inside, you are constantly fighting the battle of, am I good enough? Am I in the right will, God? Why are these people ahead of me, God? Why is it that they refuse to give me a chance, God? Why is it that, why, just why, God, why? I refuse to keep putting in work if it's not paying off right away. My value is nothing compared to what they're putting out. They're putting out Dollar Tree material and I'm putting out Myers material on a daily basis, God. Why? Just why? Why has no one told me good job, as I stated before? Why has no one, again, taken me seriously? And now you're on edge. You have a chip on your shoulder. Your attitude is now shifted. First, your mindset has shifted. What once was, again, an innocent, pure, passionate operation has now shifted. And now you're on edge. You have a chip on your shoulder at all times. The whole world is against you, quote unquote. You feel as if you only have two options. Yes, two options. One, prove the whole world wrong. Yes, prove the whole world wrong. You feel as if you have to. Or two, you feel as if you must shift the assignment to fit what you think people want to hear, what you think the world wants to hear. Instead of need, want to hear. And now you're fighting an eternal war. And now your disease of depreciation has gotten worse, and it has added on other things has added on to the problem. Now we're going to talk about cars. Yes, we're going to go here. In this season, your mind is like a car. Your mind is like a car. When you first get the car, you do everything that you can to make sure that the external maintenance, all the tires, you make sure it's always washed and looking clean, looking good. You make sure that the internal maintenance is doing good. You make sure your oil is changed. Make sure you have all your fluids. Everything is going great. You're making sure that, hey, when people see this car, they know that we about business. When people see me walk in the room, they know that I'm about business. They know, and you're doing everything that you can to make sure to keep the image to show that, hey, I'm here to stay for the long run. But over time, we get so used to running, we forget to do the eternal maintenance. We forget to do the little things on the inside to make sure that we are still capable to run smoothly. We forget to do the little things on the inside. We forget to stay in prayer. We forget to stay in fasting. We forget to make sure we remember who our source is. We forget the little things. We forget our why. We forget why we even are doing what we're doing. And we feel as if we can still run smoothly. We continue to drive. We continue to push. And we continue to push and push and push. But just like a car, you hit a moment in which you start slowing down. You can't accelerate in the same way in which you thought you once could. You try to get the same boost that you had before, but it just simply is not working. You can't get the same boost. The simple turning the key in ignition is not the same. It's now tough. It takes more effort just to put the key in ignition. Now, we think it's something minor wrong. We think it's something as minor as getting your oil changed. We think so. And we try to keep going forward thinking like, oh, it's just the oil change. I'll get to it. You keep going forward, yet with more eternal issues coming along with it. And you wonder why your production has gone down. And you wonder why you continue to slow down. You wonder why you start not to feel the same way that you used to. You wonder why it's like, okay, this ain't right. You wonder why every time you get in the car, every time you decide to drive, every time you decide to push forward, you always feel at risk of an accident. You always feel at risk of a wreck. And you get to the point where you can no longer stand it. You find a quick fix. Yes, you find a quick fix so you can get back on the road, get back going. And you automatically try to go for the premium quick fix, but the reality of it is your car cannot handle the premium quick fix. We think that in that moment the quick fix can increase our current performance. We think that we think that we need to make it known that we are now capable of keeping up because we got this premium quick fix. But oh boy, were we wrong. This quick fix has now done more damage on the inside of us. It's not able to endure. It's not able to last like we thought it would. In this moment, yes, it may seem great, but we harshly learn in the end that the quick fix has caused more damage. Our filter, our mind has been clogged yet again with more and more toxic energy, more dirt, more negative thoughts, more negative feelings. And in turn, we have more damage than what we initially first started off with. Our engine is on the verge of exploding. We're on the verge of burning out. Like our mental mindset, we're on the verge of burning out. We are continually letting the wrong things empower us, and we are letting the wrong things empower us to know who and what we are. We are allowing things to continually damage the work that you have put in to improve you on the inside, the inner man. You're continually allowing things to get inside, the quick fixes that work in the moment, but in turn, in the long run, hurts you worse than before. And now your mind is clogged with distress daily. You're asking God, what happened to the passion? You're asking God, what happened to the spiritual guidance that I once had? You're asking God, what now? What happened? And the simple answer is the disease of depreciation. And now it has you. And now in turn, you're at risk of more. Depression, anger, anxiety, bitterness, hate, jealousy. And it takes hold of you. It takes a lot for it to let you go. And I refuse to let you get to that point. Yes, I refuse to let you get to that point. I refuse to let you feel as if your value has gone down. I refuse to allow that to set in your mind that what God has gave you and that your obedience depends on people's responses. I refuse to allow you to feel as if that you can only go forward if the people are craving you, if the people are begging for you more. No, I refuse to let you feel that way. But what I do want to do, I want to empower you to know that you have been given an assignment to do. The assignment that at hand that you have, the assignment at hand that you have, you are more than capable to keep doing it. You are capable to increase the value. You are capable. You are capable. You are not going to dwindle and wander in the land of depreciation. You are going to continue to go forward. Why? Because you can do it. Yes, you can, and you will. Yes, yes, yes. If you have a moment in which you feel as if you don't feel valuable, you don't feel as if people care about what you're doing, hey, well, go back to what initially started that journey. Yes, go back to that first spark. Yes, that remember what sparked your fire in that moment. What sparked your fire in that moment? Because fear of depreciation will no longer cause you to half step nor to lightly step. The disease of depreciation, your value has not depreciated. Your worth has not depreciated. I refuse to allow you to feel that way. Keep pushing forward to be the change that you want to see.